Bobote.
Can you say yo, baby, yo, baby, yo?
Recovery, love. You're going to be all right. You got a great support system. Appreciate you, Ragu.
Man, well, appreciate you, man. And last but not least, man, right here, my guy, uh, right there, is a new face on the channel, but he's he he he's probably seen every video. Small better have seen every video. But anyway, this is producer Kev. What are we gonna call him? We gonna, he's writer Kev, but we gonna call him producer Kev because he's behind the scenes. He's a production manager, so he makes sure stuff is right for us when we get on YouTube. So when you see us on YouTube, producer Kev right here has a lot to do with that, man. And we're gonna welcome him on for the first time.
All the Raider fans, man. Big up Raider Ragu.
You know,
behind the scenes.
Already a part of it, but not in front of the camera. You probably get a chance to get on the camera, get to talk shit about the Raiders. Because a lot of the shit I come on here and talk about, I already been talking about it with him. So, all right. But with all that Raider stuff said, that's not why we're here today, per se. We're not really we always gonna say something about the Raiders, but we are here to talk college hoop.
Yes, right? Sir.
The Final Four is upon us. We're sitting here on a Wednesday afternoon. The games are Saturday. So we got kind of like an early prediction. All number one seeds. The seedings looks like we're correct, right? And there was there was 1/3 seed that made it to the regional final, right? So it was not only did number one seeds go to the finals, but they all played the number 2 seed to get to the Final Four, right? So the people that made the tournament up, bro, selection committee, you got to take your hats off to them. And only one region, the third ranked team, that was Texas Tech, got through. And that's because St. John's lost early. They got upset by Arkansas. It was really kind of the only upset of the.
Yeah, because I was going to say Arkansas was the only double-digit seed.
Yeah.
They were the 10 seed at that time.
All right, so let's look at it in terms of now. Let me talk about Raider Ragu's mentality real quick, y'all, before we get into it. I've always looked at the tournament. I ain't gonna say always, but a long time in my life as a sports fan. This college tournament is 4 tournaments, right? And then at the end of those 4 tournaments, you take the champions of those tournaments and then they play to see who is the best of those teams. And that is the Final Four. That's where we're at right now. So if you talk about the playoffs, right? Like CIF or FCS football, the 16-team bracket to decide the champion, right? It's always 16-team bracket. Well, in this NCAA college basketball championship, 16-team championship only consists of one region, bro.
Yep.
You have to be the champion of the region. So,
and that's crazy. They start off at 64 teams, then it gets lowered to 32, then it drops to 16. That's crazy.
Yes. So
Hey, man, from a coach's standpoint, I like to say, I like the committee who put this thing together.
I
And they're
do
not
too.
biased. They're not biased to certain teams. And actually, you have in basketball, what you don't have in, let's say, football, is you have teams that can compete. And now that you have this new thing called portal, it's made it even better for basketball and for most of all the other sports. We'll see it start to turn in foot, but as D said, man, I got a hats off to the committee, man. They got it right. You got 4 number 1 teams who had to fight, scratch, claw, and get in here. And
they played the number 2 team too. You know what I'm saying? To get
to
here.
get right here. So it came down to them going through 64, as Dre said, the start of the attorney, and it got all the way down to fighting, the scratching, the clawing. Boom. Elite 8 was 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
I mean, you mentioned St. John's, but I was also, when you guys mentioned St. John's, I was thinking about McNeese. McNeese took an upset over there too. So, they got to play an extra round of basketball based on that portal. But hats off to the committee, man. To the NCAA committee in the basketball sector. Hats off to you guys.
Portal is gonna learn you something.
Hey, man, basketball is in great hands, man.
Footers in the American college basketball. But
elaborate when you say not a lot of footers, Goo.
So it just seems like in the, and I don't want to be that guy that's on the back in my day, but we was younger, man. I remember more 7-foot guys in college. That's it. And we ain't got into it yet, but Duke is one of the teams that's in the finals, and they got a 7-foot dude. And you see,
Cooper
anyway.
Flag. Yep.
Anyway,
Cool.
so let's talk about the first region that Auburn won over here, man. They end up popping Michigan, Michigan State, Florida is who they are going to end up matching up with. But Sweet 16, they pop Michigan State, man, to get here.
And that's that whole game, because I had for my bracket that I made, I had Michigan State in the Final Four. Luckily, Duke made it, but honestly, Auburn they clamped down defensively. They held Michigan State's scores to a pretty they didn't let them go crazy. Offensively, they were productive, and then defensively, they were able to close the perimeters for the 3-pointers. In the first half, they defended the paint pretty good. Second half was a little shaky, but first half they defended the paint well. Auburn is for real. Do not sleep on that Auburn team. They are for real.
You feel like the Ole Miss popping Iowa State early, was that a big upset? I didn't see a lot of Ole Miss hoops, but they put up 91 on Iowa State. But yeah, I just felt like that kind of was a surprise. We all know that St. John's didn't pop. Or do y'all think that was a surprise? You think St. John's was supposed to be ranked second in this region?
Wait, for which team again?
St. John's.
Oh, St. John. No, I'm happy with what they had as seeding. They've been playing good basketball all year long, and and not just this year. The last couple of years, they got a really good basketball program.
Well,
Hey, man, you
they
got to
got
win.
Patino over there. Right?
You got to win, man. Whether you're coach,
yeah, and then the tournament is tough too, but you just gotta.
Once they run into guys, let's say you can have a coach with a fancy suit and draw up beautiful plays next year. But
and Michigan State and Tom Izzo, guys, for example, like teams and coaches like that, they're a different breed. You actually have to beat them. You have to thoroughly beat them to get a win.
hey, listen. And what happened with them?
They ran into a team.
Of guys. Hey, me and D talked about this before as what we say about competition Tuesdays with Coach Petey, but you got to have competition in every sport that there is. There's competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when faced with it, young guys, if you're listening, young kids, young athletes, college athletes, and some of you pros too, you have to compete. You know, it's the name of the game. Why you play it? It's not about the money. You guys killing me with this money stuff. Oh, at least he's getting paid. He's getting paid. He's getting paid to do what? And that's another segment.
Yeah.
But you have to compete.
Go show that them dudes ain't nothing, even though they getting paid.
Even though they get paid. Go
Work
show
hard.
it.
Work hard.
Look,
Work harder.
correct me if I'm wrong, Ragu. Mr. Flag, I'm going to call him Mr. Flag for Duke. Now, you and I both, we really don't like to elaborate too much on Duke. Hey, man, but those guys are peaking. Those guys are stepping up to the challenges. Those guys are doing what the coach is asking them to do, brother. And what a true freshman. Watch this here. A true freshman.
No doubt, but what? Okay, you just said something. What about the coach coming in there following a legend?
It's the program. It's called a
coming
program.
in there following a legend. Hey, but he got these kids in the Final Four.
Hey, that goes to show you that's not a boo-boo team or a boo-boo team.
Well, I forget his name. What's his name?
It's not a boo-boo team or a boo-boo scheme.
What's Duke's coach's name?
Shire.
Yeah, hats off to Shire. But anyway, yeah, man.
Yes.
You were saying?
It's a great program. It's not a boo-boo scheme, nor is it a boo-boo team.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
It is guys who put the work in, whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior, and they came together, man, as a unit. It's
Continuity.
Programs produce good athletes. You can come in the program and be a Rudy.
Is it more impressive that Houston, I'm sorry, not Houston, but Florida had to go out west and then come in as the champion of that region? Where, Duke stayed in the East, Auburn was in the South, right? And Houston had went to the Midwest, which is, they're really kind of from the South, but that's closer to the Midwest than than Florida going all the way out west, right? And winning that bracket. So do you think it's more impressive, or winning the regional is winning the region?
Hey, I'm gonna say this to that.
That's 80 points. Consistent.
And that's putting up some points.
Consistent.
And like you said, man, having to travel to go do it, having to, go to the West region, man. They put it together.
So, and the I don't know if y'all saw the regional final in that one in the West, but Texas Tech had them on the ropes, bro.
Yeah, they did.
They had
them on the rope. That kid, blacked out and made a couple sensational plays at the end of the game, or coming down the stretch of the game, and they got a bounce here, a bounce there, and I think Texas Tech kind of tightened up a little bit because it's like when they realized they was right there and was about to beat them, they kind of tensed up. They Bulls got tight a little, I think. But yeah, it was a tough fight for Florida, man. I'm kind of a little bit more impressed by them coming out west and winning it. Does
And
that
the
make
way
them the
they won.
favorite in the Final Four? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it's mighty impressive.
And Florida hasn't been to the Final Four since 2014, so it's been what, 11 years?
Man.
Hmm.
All right, so
Walter Clayton Jr., man, that boy shoot that rock.
Clayton Jr., yeah, he blacked out and made a couple sensational plays.
Clayton
down the stretch right there.
My bad. I was just gonna say the only problem I think with Clayton is if you look at his when you go to look at his stat sheet sometimes is the turnovers.
What are your individual thoughts on Houston as a Final Four
I feel like
participant?
I was gonna say I feel like Houston's always been their program has always been a solid program. I'm actually excited to see them here at this stage because it's going to be Duke versus Houston, and they're going up against guys like Cooper Flag, Knuppel. They got guys on this team, and so does Houston. So I think this is going to be a great clash. I'm looking at a possibly 3 to 4 point win for.
No, I'm not. I ain't even asked you that. I didn't even ask. I'm just saying about their run to the Final Four.
They're having a great run. And they're, like I said, they're a really good basketball program, and they have been for the last couple of years. So
it seemed like they'll beat you up.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, in the Tennessee game, they were just jacking the up.
They beat Tennessee by 19, bro.
And they were up. It was
34-15
at halftime.
I saw that game. Tennessee was just jacking threes. It was not a good game. They didn't look well coached at all. I guess they shot their wad the game before against Kentucky in a game. I guess it was emotional or whatever because in this Houston game, this was not even a game.
And I know how we always preach like it's not how you start the game, it's how you finish. But when you start like that, when you go into halftime trailing 15-34, that's not a good start at all. That is not a good.
I'm gonna look at the stats, but I'm telling y'all before, I felt like all they did was jack threes. Now let me look.
I mean, that's your new basketball.
Yeah.
So you and I even spoke about that, Ragu, is that, we look at the women and see traditional hoop nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You look at the women's college game or the women's pro game.
Traditional hoop.
Traditional foot. The only thing you're missing with them is a dunk or two. You know what I'm saying? But maybe alley-oop. But look, they play fundamental good football. I mean, basketball. I mean, watching the NCAA girls tournament.
Bro.
They play good basketball.
Guys, they shot 5 of 29.
Oh.
5 of what?
29.
Ooh.
Tennessee.
Oh.
That's
5
ugly.
for 29.
That's jacking.
And it's just crazy how much the three ball gets chucked up now.
They shot 17% from three.
And it was even worse too in the first half.
And then for a total field goal percentage of a whopping 28%, they went 15 of 52 from the field. Total.
And this is what the people you say want to see. This is what the people want to spend their money to come see. Are you serious? Are you serious? And I want to go back, D, and say we gave credit to the tournament committee for putting this tournament together, and we have the ones. But I have to scratch my head a bit here. Hearing that Florida had to go to another region, it's like you and I talk SEC football when we had the Pac-12. Why is there two different, or why do you shuffle stuff to bring together equal the number ones, or maybe you call yourself the best guys? If you're in your region, play in your region. This is my take overall. Play in your region. So what, you had to travel? No, play the guys in your region, as you don't do in football as well. SEC, I'm talking. Overall committee.
Wait, coach. Wait, coach.
Overall committee.
Somebody.
Overall,
right, there's only four regions, coach.
Listen,
right?
though. So what? Stay in your region and battle the guy. Because guess what? If they had to stay in that South region, they all got to play one another. And then you see who's the boo-boo team with the boo-boo scheme, or who don't compete. That's all I'm saying, guys.
So wait a minute. Let me see.
So in other words,
if I got you correct,
stay in your lane.
Teams that make the tournament in the West, stay in the West. Teams that make the tournament in the South, stay in the South, and so on. Sometimes you don't have 16 good teams in the West or Midwest or East.
Hey, man.
Whatever.
Hey, man, life have to figure it out. And we hollering, if you're going to compete and be the best, you got to let the best be the best. You don't move these guys over here, and now we looking. Me and you both said, man, that's amazing. We got all number one teams. But when you go do your homework.
But this is what you got to do. Look, this is what they're tasked with, coach. They got to match teams' record in the regular season with the ranking in a particular region, bro. So some teams are kind of ranked the same. So I got to send him to the South or whatever. So for him to be the number 3 team that he deserves to be, he's got to go to the South. I can't put him as a 14 when the 4th team has this set of kind of prerequisites or record or whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
You got Florida in, right? What division do they play in? Where do they play at?
They're in the SEC.
Okay, you got Houston. Where do they play at?
That's the Big 12, ain't it?
Big 12.
Yeah.
You got Auburn. Where do they play at?
That's the SEC too.
Okay, so that's 2 SEC teams. One of them would only be in now. And who's the other guys over there at the top?
Duke, man. ACC.
ACC. But what are they considered region-wise?
East, and they're in the East.
Huh?
Yeah, they're, North Carolina that's where the campus is.
So basically, like Dre would say, so basically what you're saying is Florida, Auburn, and Houston would have played each other, correct?
We almost had a Final Four.
Houston would have been technically could have still went Midwest, don't you say?
Okay. I would say that. I will give you that.
Right.
I will give you that. I will give them that edge. So I will recant my subpar because I jumped out there without knowing the facts.
So you feel like Florida and Auburn should have already have got it on.
Hey,
before now.
I'm gonna hit you with this. Who's gonna say who's the best division now? What's the best division in basketball?
I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into all of that, man.
That's too deep. That is a show for itself.
We already at the end. We already at the end, man. You know what I'm saying? We should have talked about that earlier if we was going to talk about that.
But hey, man, I'm gonna contradict Coach Payne, man, because looking at the college basketball standings, top 5, Number 1, Auburn. Number 2, Duke. Number 3, Houston. Number 4, Tennessee. Number 5, Florida. We got
Wasn't
Florida
Duke?
5
Yeah.
in
I thought Duke was
the
number 1 at
final
the
four
end.
right
They
now.
wasn't.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
Yeah, they showing it right here. Auburn ended up number 1.
All I'm trying to say to you
But
guys,
Fame's argument is they should have been together in the
Should have been played already.
all I'm telling you
in the
is this.
region together.
All I'm saying is this. What I tell as a coach and as a parent, hey, you turn down nothing. You take it on,
Of course
you be
not.
the best. And as I told
Well,
my son when I let him out the car today to go to school, I told him to be a leader. You understand what I'm saying? It's like I tell my daughter, be a leader. Don't duck no wreck. Don't duck nothing. If it's a problem, that's when you call in big bro or your dad. Here's the thing I'm saying. If you want to be the best, you want to say your region, your division, all of that is great. But if you don't play the guys and compete, how can you say anything? That's all I'm saying, guys. I'm here to compete. If it's polo, if it's ping pong, if it's pool, put me with the guys that are the best because I want to beat the best. And that's just my opinion as a coach. That's Coach Fame, y'all.
In order to beat the man, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Not dance around. Not dance around. Now, look, I'm going to give you a scenario. Flag got hurt, right? Flag bounced back.
In the conference, yeah.
yeah.
Flag got hurt. Flag bounced back. Couple guys got hurt. Let's say, for instance, like Juju just got hurt. You see what I'm saying? They faced off against UConn. What is UConn and SC doing in the same bracket?
And they had to deal with Paige Becker on top of that.
Why are they in the same bracket not playing UCLA again? Huh? That's what the people pay to see. I mean, if you really want to see some competition.
Had they beat UConn, they was going to play UCLA in the Final Four.
Okay, well, that lined up well. But what is UConn doing over there?
He's like,
we got to look at that. We talking men. We talking men's tournament. I don't know why UConn ended up being the West in the women's one. We'd have to look at all that.
It's the same as the guys.
Hold on, Coach. Let me reel you in, man. Let me kind of get back control of the deal. With all of that said, what you said about the SEC teams, let me ask you first as we go around the esteemed panel. This is the first game Saturday. Florida versus Auburn. Who you got?
I'm taking Florida on that one. I want to see. I got to see Florida.
You want to see Florida win, Dre, or you think Florida's gonna beat it?
No, I want to see Florida win this one. It's been decades for me since they've been this stage, so I want to see them advance. And they have the team to do it.
Florida, what was the record?
Florida has won back-to-back. Dre, what are you talking about?
34-4.
Hey, young fella.
What
I
happened?
mean, against each other. They played each other in the regular season.
Hey,
Dre, do they? Or do they
muted.
do that bullshit and duck fades like they do in football?
Hey, guys. Hey, Dre.
Yeah.
You said it's been decades for what? Florida winning the championship?
It's been a while. 2000.
Bro, they won back-to-back championships. Am I right?
Yeah, 2007, 2008.
Hey, Dre. What is Auburn
That was
won?
a long time ago.
What is Auburn won, Dre?
They constantly duck fades in the SEC in football.
Thank
That's
you.
a whole nother. I just want to say that. But
well, that's your opinion, Dre, and I support you, my guy. That's your team. You know, you always like to see them win as a college team. But here's my deal. I know Florida's the better team. They're the bigger team over Auburn. I like to see Auburn win, brother. You know what I'm saying? I like to see Auburn. I like to see a new guy. I'm tired of the Floridas and the Bahamas and the Georgias. And I'm tired of that. I want to see somebody compete.
Well, and what's funny is Auburn And Auburn's been to the Final Four this year, and then their last appearance was 2019. So they've been here. This is their second trip as a basketball program.
Hey, Dre, I can look good in a pier anywhere, but if I don't win, I ain't nobody. You got to win this thing, bro. Florida has won that thing. You hear me?
Twice.
Auburn has never won. And those guys and those coaches, those administrations who are comfortable with just getting to the Elite Eight and the Final Four and the Sweet Six, you guys need to find another job.
Comfortable. That's the
That's what I mean when I say two boo-boo team, two boo-boo scheme. Scheme not just with the coaches, it's with administration and you chancellors and you presidents.
Hey, I'm going with Harvard. That room. Hello.
Who do you like? Who do you like, Goo?
Yeah, good, what you got?
Did we lose Goo?
Oh, he's muted. Oh, there he is.
Yes, sir. That was the missus.
We like to know who you got, Goo.
I'm with you, fam. Everybody wants to Florida.
Yeah.
I'm an underdog guy, which most, if you know me, you probably know that's what I'm thinking.
Ragu always goes with the unders.
I'm not an SEC guy either, so
By
I'm definitely
far.
gonna take the underdog over here. And what I see is Auburn's they're one of the type of teams that's gonna get after you defensively, right? Kind of make you try to get you out your game. Play like they want you to play. Keep you under 80 points, under 70 if they can, and pop you. Where Florida consistently gets 85, points or so. So we gonna see what some gotta give. Some gotta give Saturday afternoon, man. And I'm taking Auburn with a little bit of luck, maybe some foul trouble situations. You know how games go. I like Auburn here. Producer Kev, what you say? Yeah.
Kev gave
Yeah, I gave mine. Man, I'm going with Auburn. I like the room kid, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, and I think he checked back into the game after getting hurt, correct?
Oh shit! I'm glad, Dre, you went with Florida. It would have been a unanimous.
Thank God. But don't sleep on that Auburn defense. If you're watching this show, do not sleep on that Auburn defense.
Hey man, as a coach, man, I have to catch that Ragu. You said with a little luck and foul trouble. Hey man. Hey coaches, you guys that are coaching, that is a part of the game. That is a scheme to get the guy that's a killer out the game. Hey coaches, I haven't seen any of that this year. You know what I mean? So understand what we're saying.
This is when you get to all of that right now. If you got it in you at all, Pauls, this is when you pull that out, Pauls.
and listen, I want to make that point too, D. You're right. This is where you pull it out. But look, let's think about it. And to the numbers guy, Kev, the numbers guy, he went to stats, and Dre goes to stats. Here's the deal. Those games with the 1s and 2s were blowouts.
Hey, you're not lying.
You're not lying.
Just looking at that, bro.
That is true.
Reason doesn't make a difference. You shifted the guy to the reason because you wanted to look good and all of that. The SEC get them in the turn. So now you'll run and say, we had 3 SEC teams in the Final Four. Yeah. But you had 1s against 2s. The 2s got blew out.
Yeah, Tennessee was one of
I
them.
lost a pretty penny on it, y'all.
I didn't have Alabama get blew out like that. I knew beating Duke was gonna be a tall task, but they got blew out too. So you 100% right, Famo.
And what's funny, well, we'll get there.
I'm just a coach, y'all.
Yeah, I didn't have
All
to.
right.
Coaches,
So,
y'all heard what Coach Fain said, correct? Fouls are a
Auburns.
part of a scheme.
3 Auburns and
One Florida.
there. All right, man. So the next game, second game Saturday, Houston Duke, man. I'm gonna say it like this, and I know Famo is gonna take offense to this. I think the way I'm gonna word this. Does Houston have a chance? Whoever wants to answer.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm saying
Does Houston have a chance against these guys?
I'm going on a limb. I'm saying no. This is Duke. This Duke team is a different Duke team. They're built differently. These are NBA players. You gotta. How are you gonna stop? You gotta take away. How are you going to figure out how to stop Cooper Flag? If you stop Cooper Flag, then you got to worry about Knuppel. That's a team that if you want to talk about continuity, that's the team you talk about because they have continuity on all aspect on both sides of the ball. And what did they do against Alabama, Ragu? What did they do? Alabama, the game before, 25 3-pointers, which is the NCAA tournament record. Sears had 10 of them, and they took those 3-pointers away. They said, you can have those mid-ranger points in the paint, but we're not going to let you knock down threes like you did last week. Not going to happen.
They stay up. They stay up on guys. And and they rotate like no other.
Like, yes.
They've been the best rotating team that I've seen in the tournament. I'm not answering the question yet, but to answer what you were saying, right? All of that shit you said about Knuppel and Flag, that's cool. What I saw was you play a tough offensive set, make a good pass at the end, and then that footer is down there, that African boy.
Oh, yeah, the shot blocker, rim protector.
You get to the rim, and it might be a second or two on the shot clock, so ain't no more passing and all. You got to shoot now. And then, man, what is he, 7'2"? He like 7'2", bro. Man.
He is a great rim protector. And those second chance opportunities that he was getting on both he was on offense, he helped create second
chance opportunity. The other teams do not.
Yep.
He getting that shit up out of there, or he's shooting it and he boarding that shit.
And did you see the players hesitate too when they got in the paint? Like even when the shot clock was dwindling down, they would get there and then nope, pass it out.
Right. That's what I'm saying, bro. You talking about flagging them. If I'm Houston, I can get out there and run with flag them. It's that
dude in the middle.
Sorry. I don't know his name.
And do you see how fast he gets from one end of the court to the other? Like he'll be under the rim, and the next thing you know, he's on the baseline. And it's like, yo, he closed that 3-pointer out like nothing.
But
thank you for mentioning
him. Coach, I know you don't like that. Like Houston ain't gonna compete. You don't like me saying like Houston ain't gonna compete, right? But do they have a chance, Coach?
Hey, Kev is trying to get in, guys. He's not.
Y'all ain't picking me up over here.
Y'all picking.
I hear you.
Oh, we can hear you now.
I hear you now. Yep.
And I hate to keep being.
Wait, you went up. You hear me, Dre?
Yep.
You hear me, Kev? I can't hear you.
I think his went out. Oh, he's on mute. There you go.
Fame is on mute. Kev is on.
Yo.
There we go.
What, he on your mic?
I hate to be a Skype guy.
Go ahead.
Y'all got me now?
Yep,
I can hear you.
I hate to be a stat guy, but Houston don't have a guy over 6'8".
See, see, see. So, 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 no. I mean, no. I ain't answering the question for you. I ain't answering the question for you. Hold on, Ken. Coach, do they have, do they have a chance? Do they have,
A boo-boo team with a boo-boo scheme. Hey, listen, that's that right there. Just fuck my whole train of thought up. How do you get in the portal and not understand? So here's what I'm saying. As a coach, for you coaches in the NCAA, whatever it may be, if you can get to the tourney, you coach at a school that can get in the tourney. You have
right,
to
look.
go get a footer.
Look, I'm gonna be controversial right here, and please, Kev, I'm gonna ask you, keep me on track. I only want the show to go another 20 minutes. Cam Newton made this statement, and I agree with him 100%. Stay with me. You tall niggas, right? You hoopers. You get your money, and you impregnating these Instagram models that's 5'5". Your son coming out 6'3", 6'4", when if you would have got with the volleyball player or the swimmer or the girls hoop player, you would have got to a third. That's why it ain't no more American footers, ladies and gentlemen. The footers is all Slovenian and Slovakian and Lithuanian and whatnot, bro.
Sweden
So,
and
message to the you tall dudes. Y'all better start breeding correctly, bro. It might sound controversial, but the Instagram models, bro, gonna get you that little guard. Everybody can't play guard, bro. We need some fire. But I'm back.
Hey, that is for free, Americans. That's for free.
That's free.
And the reason I'm saying that
and
is
that's
because
why we don't see them no more, bro.
me and my colleague here, Raider Ragu, is a college a team player, college student with me. We went to college together, right? And what we said after we had our families and we settled in or what have you, we said we were tripping. And I'm just taking the list off of you, D, because you said it. You said we tripped. We pregnated to the under 6 footers when we should have been at the volleyball games, water polo games, the gymnastics of the tall girls. That's for Americans, y'all. But my take and my pick is Kev just killed me with the 6'8" guy. And
thanks for getting us back up there.
I have to just say, I want to see Houston. That's my team. I picked to win it all in my bracket. I picked to win it all. Houston. I'm jumping out there. Right? But to know, they only have a 6'8" guy on their team, and it's 7 footers in the league. Oh God. I have to stick with my guns, win or lose, y'all. It's a boo-boo scheme, but I gotta stick with it.
Bro, they gotta get out and
I'm going with Houston, and I'm going with Houston. Hold up, Drake. Hold up. I'm going with Houston based on the coach. He's going to coach up. That's my pick.
Okay. That's a fair point, too.
Producer Kev.
Mr. Sampson.
Do they have the chance?
It's a good idea, Coach Fame. I'm going to go spark me one up, too.
Let me, man, I got Duke, man. I got Duke just because, man, that flag kid, man, is, he's something special, man. I see him, be ready, next level.
He's already NBA talent, but
Yeah, he ready to rock. He ready to go. And then on the defensive end, you got the shot blocker, man. You got the footer. Houston's gonna play you tough, but As my old bro, longtime bro always say, man, the budget kicks in every time, man. And the budget gonna kick in at the end, man, for Duke, man.
Dang.
And we know that Duke got budget out this world for basketball. I mean, let's be honest. That's the one school where the basketball team helps the football
The
team.
one in America.
Well, I think North Carolina maybe too, but Carolina, you know, they've sent some goats to the league, like Lawrence Taylor. But yeah, for the most part, though, Fame, that's the only one in America where the hoop is paying the bills. So I'm gonna say this, man. I just don't see it. I just don't see it, Houston. Here's why. It's the defense that I saw Duke playing. They get up on you, bro. They get up on you, and yeah, you can drive around them. And this guy is back there, bro. He's not playing. He gonna jump late. Houston, I don't see how you don't get blew out, let alone win.
Keep this close.
So
Here's what we'll say. Here's what we'll say.
But crazier shit has happened.
Those region things, why you shouldn't do that. Look, you guys are absolutely right. And the word that we're missing here is rangy. Those Duke guys are long. And I understand that 100%, but I'd already made my pick with Houston. So I got to stand on that. But here's the deal about understanding everything Kev has said. Big bro, he's been on point with these stats, man, and these numbers. That's why we're a great team.
He's a good addition to the team.
Wow, look. You have to think, Dre. Like D said, man, that guy's going to be there. He's not jumping early. He's not getting in foul trouble. He's long. He's agile. And he's smart.
But, Coach, something you said earlier, and what you just tied together what you said now. If the coach Sampson can figure out a way to get the big fella in foul trouble.
Got to get in there. Oh, hey!
Now, you got to come out of your scheme, right? You got to figure out something that's going to isolate this guy, get your ruggedest guy on the block, get down there, pump fake him, do something, try to get this guy in foul trouble.
Hey, great point. Great point. Because one thing, they might not have a guy over 6'8". But them Houston boys is athletic. Boy.
Hey, look, if I'm the coaches,
Absolutely.
If I'm the coaches for Houston, my eye bag should look like this. Because I've got no sleep of trying to figure out how to stop 7-footer from blocking our offense. Now, that takes away exactly what I was saying. It takes away, they can't shoot themselves out because rebounding is a key on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
And we all know they got a true freshman in flag, as Kev said. They got the big 7-footer, but those other guys, the light-skinned guy with the afro looking like Dre, he shot that thing. He wet.
Yeah.
What's his name, Dre? And they disciplined. They coached up well by the new coach, man. And like I said,
that's what can be tough, man. They getting easy buckets, and you got to shoot over this splitter all day. That shit wears you down, bro. So we was talking, like Kev said, the budget gonna kick in. That's why, because you've been struggling all day to make shots. They've been making easy shots. 5 minutes left in the game, when the budget kicks in, all of that shit starts to kick in, and they break away. They pull away from teams. Bro.
Hey, go. If I may ask Big Brother Kev to look on the roster for Houston, and you saying there's no one, were you just talking starters? You hear me here, D? Were you just talking starters?
Are you
Or were
saying
you
the
talking
roster itself?
complete roster? Because if you got a freshman that hasn't played and he's a footer, you got to put him in this game now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You gotta go all out. What do you have to, gotta
100%.
coach up here. You gotta coach up here. Do they have anything on the roster, big bro?
1 second, y'all.
I mean, I'm hoping.
Is
I'm hoping.
the coach's son 7 foot? Anybody can we find?
Do we have a walk on waiting and we haven't let him do it? He has to play. You know how they sub in at the end of the game? The defense, offensive guy, you feel me? He got to start that in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's crazy that we laughing and we talking, and I'm scheming in my head right now. Guess what I'm thinking of, Ragu?
What's that?
The Baylor squad is exactly the way Houston squad is. Tough. They shoot it outside, but they got a big center. He's small. What he like, 6'6"? The big buff dude. They got away with that in their conference.
Yeah, in that region.
Go national. And guess what? They didn't move Baylor to no other region.
Where was Baylor at?
So on the court, they not putting nobody out there over 6'8". But
check it here, D.
They got a redshirt sophomore, redshirt freshman, 6'11".
He's got to play. He's got to play. Hey, coach, fuck that.
Hey, look. Hey, D, I know you would have been right the next day and said, hey, coach, no, we ain't played him all year.
He got fouls, though.
He got fouls.
Yeah.
He's a body. He's rangy, like they have rangy guys.
Yeah.
Rangy guys.
We got to start him.
Listen, that's not even a hard sell to me. Once Kel walk in my office with his computer and says, hey, coach, we have nobody over 6'8", and they have 7-footers over there. What does Flag go? What is Flag? Flag is 6'9", true freshman.
Yeah, they tall, man.
That's a Magic Johnson.
And they get up on you. So you ain't about to just be jacking threes.
Hey man, they got good feet, good hips, and they got good what they call
technique.
Anticipation. They have good anticipation to the ball.
Oh, they rotate. Their rotation defensively is impeccable. The best I've seen in the tournament. And they're tall and they get out on you, man. You're not just about to be jacking threes up.
Hey, D, just to say what you're saying, they defensively, you watch them and you seen them get out on people. D, they long as fuck. They don't got to take a lot of steps.
Right,
you know, whereas Houston got to take 6 steps. These motherfuckers take 3 steps and arms all the way to the bench and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. They got to be, hey, look, they got to shoot the ball well. You know why? You said something else. They rebound on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
And then that guy's going to, when they got all of them boxing out, Flag, big fella, what's his name so we can get him right? The big center for Duke.
Oh, that's
and then you got the other big forward on the other side. He snatching shit. Man, they rangy. D, you made good sense when you said, man, they play defensive rotation well. When the ball moves, they move.
Man, they get out there on you, man.
They don't have to cover a lot of space,
Coach
man.
Fabe, it was Malak.
Malak,
the center.
Hey, Dre and D, they do not have to cover space. They cover guys.
Yeah.
And that term that you're using now, it makes so much more sense. They got guys. Now I see the angle now.
But Dre, they're rangy, Dre.
Yeah. They
don't have
got
to
the
take
length.
Whereas Houston defense has got to rotate. They take 4 and 5 steps. Duke defense take 3.
Yeah.
Long. Soon as they put their wingspan out, they're there.
So
So Houston has to shoot the ball a good 70%, bro, to win.
ooh, a good ooh.
Good 70% to win this game, man.
It's easier said than done, but
No, you're
man,
right. You're right. They got to be extremely hot.
you have
They
to be
gotta be
efficient.
hot, bro.
Dude. You have to be efficient.
Hey man, one last since we was talking about flag, man, one last fun fact before we go, man. Flag NIL deal, man, 4.8 mil.
So D, Kev mentioned budget. Kev mentioned budget for the win to kick in. This guy has the budget himself.
4.8.
4.8 mil.
So for all you little point guards and 5'11", listen, guys, go sit down with all that. I want the money. You not 6'9", wingspan all the way from bench to bench.
Foot wingspan.
Get out of my face talking about what you gonna give me, coach. I'm gonna give you a jersey and tell you to run these laps.
You guys better breed accordingly. Yeah, 4.8. I remember when that was the entire budget for a basketball program, let alone a player getting that shit.
This is the best show. I don't know that I've been on in a long time, guys. Having the most fun, man. I appreciate you, Goo, but you killed it just now. Better breed well, guys, in America. Hey, I'm telling you, man.
Before loss.
You athletes, man, breed accordingly.
Breed accordingly.
Breed
Yeah.
accordingly, young men. If Raider Ragu didn't give you nothing but a safe tip and a smart tip, breed accordingly, brothers.
So we had 3 Auburn. I mean, 3 Auburn, 1 Florida. We had 3 Duke, 1 Houston.
Ooh.
With that said, Monday night, I think the one person that picked Houston picked Florida, so they didn't pick Auburn. So and then the other guys picked Duke. So it's either gonna be Duke and Florida or Auburn and Duke, or Houston and Auburn, Houston and Florida. That said, Monday night, who you think is gonna be the national champion?
Duke.
We're calling it, man. I think we already called it, brother.
Pirates.
Do me a favor, producer Kev. Florida's tallest kid is.
I hate to say it, man, but the Dukies again, man.
Florida's tallest kid on their roster is what, Kev? Can you get that going?
On who roster?
Auburn.
Florida Gators.
Oh, Florida.
Gators?
I think that's Haw.
They got some big rangy guys too.
Yeah. Haw is one of them.
Euros.
Or Hog. Haw or Hog. Haugh.
So if you guys are saying it's gonna be in the Natty, Duke and Florida, I'm taking Florida. Just so y'all write that down, D. If my Houston guys don't win tomorrow, Saturday.
6'10", they got a 6'10" guy. I'm listening, man.
But so I throw that out there because I'm the only odd one. I think I'm the odd out on one and Dre's the odd out on the other, right?
They got a footer. They got a footer over there, Junior. I don't know. Does he ball, Michael?
He gonna have to if he get there.
Yeah. He's gonna have to. You have to step it up.
They got a guy that played
71, 255.
He said he gonna have to.
Hey man.
He got some fouls.
Oh, they got 2 6'11" kids. Let's go.
Yeah.
Give me Florida.
Okay.
Even though I got Auburn to beat them. So no, I'm changing that shit. I got Florida to win Saturday. I got Florida to win the whole thing.
Hey, D. Hey, yo, Goo.
Huh?
I want to take this time to send this out. Coach Sampson, if you're listening, go and get that red shirt sophomore in the game. Any of you assistants for Houston, if you're listening to the Raider Ragu show,
They follow from bonus, man.
go and
They got-
convince Sampson to get that big guy in the game.
So tell them to get out of their burner phone, get on their real phone and call coach and tell them what?
That he has to get that red shirt sophomore in the game somehow. I mean, he got to leave it all on the table because it's like David and Goliath going to this fight. The small guy against the big guy.
Man, I am gonna go crazy if we turn on this game and that kid is in the game. Hey, but look, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. We gotta wrap it up. I gotta run. Any final thoughts?
Hey man, blessing to all the schools for making it. No matter what we've said here or what I've said. Hey man, it's all love, man. Coach Fame here, man. Two-boo team, two-boo scheme.
And before you log out, make sure everyone who's on this, make sure you go share, like, comment, subscribe to the Raider Ragu show. Go show that man some love on the show.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey man, we love y'all, man. We love all our subscribers, man. We appreciate y'all, man. It's been a journey, but we here. We're gonna keep giving y'all that organic content, man. Hey, thanks to the dude, man, Coach Framo, Andre the Sports Junkie, man. It was great, man.
Nice meeting you too, man.
Nice
Hey,
book
man,
right there.
it's coming
Check the
soon.
plug right there from Fang.
It's
And
coming
Jesslyn,
soon.
baby.
Coming soon, baby.
Peace.